The Samsung Galaxy M31s is a new mid-range smartphone that comes with an AMOLED display, a 6000 mAh battery and a total of 5 cameras on its body. Going by the spec sheet of the phone, there's a lot to like and some that I feel could have been upgraded. Hi, I'm Shibjit from Digit.in and in this video, we're going to review the Samsung Galaxy M31s. Let's begin. Starting with the design, the Samsung Galaxy M31s feels quite compact in the hand, despite a 6.5-inch screen. It's also quite lightweight for a phone with a 6000 mAh battery. The display stretches all the way to the edges now that the front camera has been drilled into the display itself. There's a 3.5mm headphone jack, a dedicated micro SD card slot and a power button that also doubles up as a fingerprint sensor. The body is made of glossy plastic which does attract a lot of smudges, and the camera at the back are housed in a rectangular module which does look quite okay if you ask me. In all, the M31s doesn't go out of the way experimenting with different materials for the design. It sticks to the basics with the main focus on keeping the footprint smaller and lightweight. The M31s is offered in two colors, Mirage Black and Mirage Blue. The 6.5-inch display is AMOLED and looks really good. It's bright enough to be used under the sun, while indoors, the high contrast ratio brings out excellent color and details while watching a movie or playing a game. So what if it doesn't have a high refresh rate panel? Samsung makes up for it in terms of the visual quality that you get. Now next up is performance. There isn't much to expect here considering Samsung has used the same Exynos 9611 chipset in the M31s as well, which it has used in the M30, the M31, the M20 and in a lot others. The 10nm chip is good enough for the daily activity of social media browsing, sending emails, typing messages and watching movies. Not so much for games and other intensive tasks. Still, having 6GB RAM by default does help when playing games like COD Mobile. The game could only run at medium graphics at 41 frames per second with 91% stability. It's not like the game is unplayable, it actually runs smoothly enough, but the game itself won't look the best because of poor graphics. But here's why you won't really be complaining. Where others make games look good at the cost of quickly draining the battery, the M31s with a 6000 mAh battery is meant for marathon sessions. We consistently got more than a day and a half of battery life, where my usage included furiously browsing Twitter and Instagram, replying to work emails, playing COD Mobile and watching House on Amazon Prime. The 25-watt charger comes quite handy when topping up the battery. It took around 90 minutes to get the phone to around full capacity. Now the camera performance. The M31s shakes things up with a 64MP Sony IMX682 sensor as the primary camera with an f1.8 lens, combined with a 12MP ultra-wide camera, a 5MP depth sensor and another 5MP macro lens. And more than the hardware, it's Samsung's image tuning that seals the deal here. For the price, photos from the M31s come out looking pretty good. It's able to bring out sharp details even in objects without sharp textures. Buildings, trees and the sky come out sharp and crisp, with the colors quite close to what you see. There is a dedicated night mode which is somewhat useful. The object needs to be static and you will need a stable hand. The resulting photos are bright but low on details, which is likely due to the post-processing. The portrait mode does subject separation quite accurately and the level of bokeh can be controlled in real time. The ultra-wide lens is just what you would expect from a mid-ranger. It'll let you cram a lot more things in the frame, but there would be less details, especially along the edges. It's also practically useless in low light. The 5MP macro camera is actually better than the 2MP sensors in other phones in this price range. The quality is much more acceptable, and this one I would happily share on social media. Lastly, the M31s has a secret sauce. It's called single shot and it engages everything in the camera once you set a frame. It'll take videos, stills, ultra wides and give you the best results. It could be quite handy during a vacation, but I can't really know that for sure considering the present situation. The Samsung Galaxy M31s feels like a practical alternative to other smartphones in the mid-range segment. It doesn't go overboard with the spec sheet or with the design, but manages to maintain a fine balance between the two. and even throws a few tried and tested punches. The M31s feels like the M series has matured enough to take on the likes of Xiaomi, Realme, Oppo and Vivo in the hotly contested mid-range segment. Don't buy the Galaxy M31s if you're looking for maxed out performance or a shiny new thing to flaunt about. Buy this for the battery life it offers, or the camera tuning, or even the display quality. It does add a lot more value for your money. So yeah, that was our review of the Samsung Galaxy M31s. Let us know what you thought of the smartphones in the comments, and for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to Digit.in.